So we're probably not too far off gross weight. This thing really goes.
Hot dog!
It's 2,000 feet a minute. A little bit more, 2,500. And we're doing 75 miles an hour. And no other traffic here. I'm gonna just make our turn now. Morning Boston approach, it's Bird Dog 1827.
Bird Dog 1827 Boston.
Yes sir, just off Nashua, and we're northbound, and I wondered if I could negotiate an overhead at about 2,000 feet.
What do you mean an overhead?
Like right over Manchester. We're heading up to Alton Bay.
November 1827, squawk 5147.
5147, roger. We're at 2,200 RPMs. Holy smokes, we're doing 124 knots.
Speedboating today.
Very maneuverable.
Yeah, I just love it. I feel like we got not only total control, but just a lot of performance to work with.
There's not many airplanes that give back, at least to me, as much as this airplane. And, you know, coming back into town, if the weather gets bad, I can always get into Manchester. You know, that's a Cat 3 runway down there.
Roger, so you got options.
Yeah, and, you know, there's a very good friend of mine I was flying chase for, a company called Terrafugia. They had the flying car, you might remember that some years ago, but I think he saw a couple of the techniques that I was using with the chase plane. It was a late model 172, and he took me aside once and he said, you know, Mike, he said, our motto here is we use superior judgment so we don't have to use those superior skills. And I said, all right, Phil, I get it.
Right now.
When's the first time you ever came up here? How many years ago was that?
Is that in your flight?
It was around 1980 with
Air 100,
a real nice Citabria that I used to own. It was a 7 GCBC with the longer wings and flaps, 150 horsepower. But it was a lot different back then. You know, it wasn't really an official thing. And,
799 traffic 1 o'clock.
you know, you had to watch out for snowmobiles that would be out on the runway. And ice fishermen, if they got upset at you, they'd drill holes all around your airplane and stuff. But those days are long gone. This is all controlled now, you know, in part by the FAA and also the New Hampshire DOT. It's a really good setup. And as we were talking earlier, we've had over 800 airplanes up here this year, and there have been no incidents yet, to my knowledge, which is a really good thing. All right, so we can talk about our approach up there. Yeah, we're about 15 miles out right now. So the runway will be a little bit to our left as we approach it. It's 1-in-19, and they only allow north landings, and that's because of, in the past, they've had some incidents where aircraft have not only overrun the runway, but they've gone into the parking area and not hit other airplanes, fortunately, or hit people, but they didn't want to take the chance. So they're only north landings, and there'll be an issue later today. I'm sure there'll be a tailwind, and I believe the cutoff point is about 10 knots, and then they'll actually close the airport for safety. But as we come up to the fields, I like to come up on the upwind side. That'll be on the east side of the runway, and we can fly parallel. We'll get a good view down below of the parking area, the runway, and a lot of people come in from the west, or like us, the southwest, and they all conjugate over on the downwind side. So you have airplanes that are trying to sequence with each other, and I find just being on the east side, on the upwind, I can look, listen, find a good spot, to fall in, and maybe if there's no one in front of us, we can do a nice short approach, which this airplane just really likes. In Alton Bay traffic, the Bird Dog 18276 miles to the south will be entering an upwind for runway 01. All right, so we'll start to see the bay coming into view here shortly. You can kind of see a little sliver of it.
Alton Bay traffic, White Cessna 13081 is turning final for runway 1, Alton Bay.
Now, if we're lucky, they'll have a reserved parking spot for us.
Somehow I expect that to be normal. Okay, I see it. I got the runway. There you go.
Beautiful. What a nice day. Alton Bay traffic, Bird Dog 827, entering a crosswind, 01, number 2. They had the Winter Carnival here a couple of Sundays ago. There had to be 3,000 or 4,000 people standing out there next to the runway and just having a great time. The parking lot can hold about 60 airplanes, and that was full to the point where there were planes waiting on the taxiway for up to like a half an hour to get a place to park. All right, so we're just doing slow flight now. I want to give him plenty of room. And I really don't want to go out too far. Alton Bay traffic, Bird Dog 827 is on the left downwind now, 01, number 2.
Alton Bay traffic, White Cessna 13081 is turning left to base for runway 1.
Now it's too bad that we have to follow him. I would much rather done our base in close, but we'll see how it works out.
Alton Bay traffic, White Cessna 13081 is turning final for runway 1.
And the Bird Dog's going to do a 360 here in the left downwind. I just want to stay in close to the field. Okay, has he touched down yet? Just touched down midfield. I'm gonna wait till he clears the runway before we turn base. Alton Bay traffic, Bird Dog 827 is in close, turning a base 01.
Well, it seems pretty straightforward. You got a lot going on.
All right, he's clear.
Alton Bay 13081 is clear of the runway.
He is clear. A little bit of a tilt. All right, 60 degrees of flaps. No one on final. Well, I guess we're not going to make it either.
Sounds like some type of bragging rights there, huh?
Well, it's the first time I didn't make it. You know, we were just a little fast, but just like he said, coming in, there was quite a bit of a tailwind. Yeah, you're right about the tailwind.
That was crazy, huh?
I'm going to maneuver over here. A little bit of snow on top of the ice gives us some pretty decent traction. The other thing, you know, with the tailwind, it wants to push the tail of the airplane around and put the nose into the wind. So it behooves us to really be conservative and taxi really slow. And Bird Dog 827 clear of 01 at Alton Bay. Yeah, that wasn't the best landing, but
Wonderful. Loved every second.
So I've been up here when there was a really strong, kind of a northwest wind, and when the ice was even smoother than this, with almost no traction whatsoever. And it's hard to get an airplane like this turned around. You know, because you've got no brakes, and you've got to get air over the tail to get the tail to turn. And in doing that, think of that, you know, you're lunging forward, and sometimes you get people out around you, and it's like, they're like, holy smokes, what are you doing?
You're probably almost crabbing on the ground, I would imagine, huh? With the push and how you have to manage the winds.
Yeah, and you know, when it is, you know, like a crosswind coming over the hills there, as soon as you touch down,
All Bay traffic, Cessna 3750, Juliet, green 150, about 8 miles to the north.
the airplane will, you know, it'll weather vane into the wind, and you'll find yourself just slowing down and sliding sideways. You know, it can be quite a ride. Now, we're here early, and there'll probably be quite a few aircraft here later today.
So are these guys legitimately ice fishing out here or just watching planes?
There's both. You know, when we leave here, we'll do a little maneuvering up around the lake, and you'll see a lot of the bob houses. Yeah, we can see what kind of tailwind we have right there on the American flag, and the windsock also. Yeah, that's more than a couple knots. So what they do, they keep an eye on traffic. They'll hold us here if there's, like, say, someone coming in on final, just so they don't have any close calls. That was Jason Levitt right on the left side there. I'll just take our reserve parking spot. We'll have to get you signed in so we can get your diploma, your certificate, and also your ice chip.
You think I'm qualified for all that?
Yeah, of course.
So
right.
anyway, hey, old fly guys, I am here. I made it to Alton Bay, B18,
Correct.
B18 here at south end of Lake Winnipesaukee.
Very good.
Good, very good. And this is I just heard this, and she's going to tell me all about it. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but I hope I get to do it a lot more times. Very special. So,
All right, so what you're going to do here is you're going to sign the pilot's log. Your name is going to go here. If you write it and I can't read it, I'm just making up some letters.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay? your N number of your aircraft, help a girl out, and give me the city and state. Were there any additional folks
for this
with
season?
you in that plane, or were you solo?
That beats me.
Do you follow us on social
season.
media? And by the sounds of it, this is your very first ever landing at the ice, so welcome, welcome. You're just going to give me a first.
All right. I had one other
That
person.
hangar
I was
is
back.
like
So there'll be two of us here.
Yeah, she knows that.
Here, I'm looking at it, Mike.
So,
So how many people are this year?
With you guys, we're at 925, 926. How many for the year?
how many this year?
925, 926 so far.
Well, I came up, I think it was 3 or 4 times last year,
Yeah.
and then this is 6 today.
Yeah, but we're at 926
Total for the year.
total for the season.
Right,
Yeah.
Chris Lynch was talking about that this morning. He's the airport manager at
Yep. I met him yesterday.
Nashua, yeah. And he said
WADEVAUGHN.
he thinks we'll break 900.
We did. We broke 900 yesterday, honey.
Oh, wow. Because, yikes, 1,000. That's the next one. Yeah.
Do I got to sign in?
They like to record the numbers just for the total count.
All right, Wade. In recognition of the outstanding skill you used to land on the only ice runway recognized by the FAA in the lower 48, you are presented the
This is
Certificate of
awesome.
Achievement on behalf of New Hampshire Department of Transportation and the entire B-18 crew. You also get a gold star for being big and brave and doing it for that very first time.
And flying with me.
I don't know. I've never had such a ceremony over. This is wonderful.
You also get your commemorative 2026 ice chip. And in future years, when you come back, because it is a thing, they like to come back and visit with us, you will get a different chip and a different certificate every single year.
Here it is.
So
Thank you.
congratulations,
Thank
good
you.
job. And Mike doesn't look all too scared.
He did
Breakfast
official
is your-
FBO.
You've got Bayside Diner
Yeah,
or Pub 23 has their breakfast going this morning.
Okay, I think we'll go to Bay Diner.
They've got
Sure.
amazing
Whatever
coffee.
you say. I can hardly wait. We're going to be back to see you. I'm going to take
Alrighty.
this off there. Thank you for being such a good sport.
Oh, not a problem. When you guys go back to the airplane, just do me a favor. When you walk through this area, give me a wave so that I know that you actually
Okay.
belong here. Come on.
Tyson, who you met.
Thanks for joining us today, and join us in our next Oh Fly Guy conversation.